Hello, friends. Today I am again talking about the Beatitudes of Jesus. And these are instructions that he gave to his close disciples. And so let us take these Beatitudes to heart and try to live by these principles. The one I'm talking about today is, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." And Swami Kriyananda's commentary, based on the teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda, his guru, says, "Blessed are they who, when persecuted, dare to stand firmly by the truths that they know. Through steadfastness to high principles, they shall be deemed worthy after death to enter the higher heavens." So it's important to know that we can only stand by that which we understand, which we know to be true. We have to be firm in our resolution, be courageous in our principles. There's been so much talk in recent years about fake news and alternative facts. We have to stand by principles. We have to go deeply into the yoga teachings to study the yamas and the niyamas, ancient truths. And those exponents of yoga, those sages who gave us the principles and teachings of yoga, have stated very clearly, non-lying, always telling the truth, is very, very fundamental to the spiritual path. There's no fudging, there's no blurring the line. What is right is what is right. There are certainly gray areas. There are certainly truths that are, or situations that are ambiguous. But we have to be guided by what we know to be true and to stand firm with that truth. There are certain things that are right and other things that are wrong. And lying and cheating and stealing and being unrighteous, being deceptive, deceitful, all those things in our hearts, we can feel that they're wrong. When we do certain things, there's that still small voice inside, as the Bible puts it, that is telling us, oh, that's going to lead to suffering. I wouldn't do that if I were you. And there's that other voice urging us to do what is right, even though we don't want to, even though our desires may lead us in a direction that's not good. There's that voice of conscience that is saying, no, better stop, rethink this. Don't go that way. You don't want to suffer. And that's what all of these negative actions and attitudes and ways of being, that's where they will lead us to suffering and sorrow. And Krishna is saying to us in the Bhagavad Gita, get away from my ocean of suffering and sorrow. And the way of righteousness, to live by the truth, that's the way to do it. No matter what we have done in the past, whatever mistakes we have made, if we are making the right resolution now to live by truth, to stand up for what is right, not in an evangelical way, not getting on one's soapbox and telling everybody else that they're morally wrong. That's not what this is talking about. It's to stand up for those that are downtrodden. It's to stand up for the truth that is being trampled. Not in an angry way. So many peace demonstrations are disrupted by anger and violence. That's not the way to peace. The way to truth in oneself is to always question, why am I thinking this way? Am I being dogmatic? Or am I trying to live by the principles that I know and understand? We can't be dogmatic. We always have to look at ourselves and figure out, what is my motivation? Is my motivation pure? Or do I have a selfish desire underlying my righteous attitude? It's not easy to be on the spiritual path. But once we know the truth and realize that truth in our hearts, in our minds, we have a clear path. And that path leads ever more surely to spiritual evolution and to freedom, body, mind, and soul. And it leads to a path that will enable us to be of true value and help to people who are suffering. And that's what we want. We want to be useful in this world, and we want to live by truth alone. I remember Swami Kriyananda ending a lecture one time. I think it was in San Francisco in the Presidio, and it was so memorable and so powerful. He said, "Truth is one, and truth is everywhere." Let us dive deep into that beautiful statement and live our lives enamored and dedicated to truth and standing up for it, first of all in ourselves and then in every situation we meet, bringing God into everything.